G'day guys, welcome back to my trip to the USA. This is episode number 4, and forgive me if I look a little bit bleary-eyed this morning. I got about 4.5 to 5 hours sleep, long night. As I said in the last one, going out for a coffee with my old mate Eddie Montalvo, and then getting back and quickly doing the video edit. Today, alright, so it is fight day. Balunga, Shiraz, Stevenson, Zapata, all the rest of them. Should be a good night of fights. Got something a little bit different to start the day though. We're speaking of my mate Eddie, he's going to pick me up in a minute. We're going to actually head out to, I think it's East Harlem, I think. Now that is where he grew up with the late, great Hector Macho Camacho. And if you're a fight fan, you know exactly who Hector Macho Camacho was, a Puerto Rican great. Well, Eddie was his best mate growing up, and he's going to take me to some of the haunts, I suppose, that they used to go to when they were kids, and tell a few stories about what they used to get up to when they were younger. So he should be here any old minute, and we'll do that, and then we'll probably go for something to eat, and then look for something else to do before we head out to Flushing Meadows out in Queens. So looking forward to another massive day again. Great to have you along for episode 4. Let's get things going. Alright, I'm just with my old mate Eddie Montalvo. Mate Eddie, great to have you along for the ride today.
Definitely. Yeah. It's my pleasure.
We've almost just run our first red light. Now Eddie is a authentic New Yorker. You don't live here anymore though, do you?
No. I live up north by Buffalo.
All right, so Eddie, explain what we're going to do. Actually, before we get going, I did say before that Eddie is a lifelong friend of the late great Hector Macho Camacho, and explain what we're up to today, mate.
Well, we're going to take. I'm taking Lyndon up to the neighborhood where we grew up. It's called East Harlem, and around our stomping grounds, I'm going to take him by the street where the street naming. 115th Street, they named after Hector. Take them around the projects where we used to hang out. A place where me and Hector, the family and friends hung out. A spot where me and Hector had an actual fist fight. A place where we used to jog, Jefferson Park. And any other place that comes to mind while we're in East Harlem. You know, it's just I want to take Lyndon around and give them a taste of what Spanish Harlem's like, every day. We did 7-mile runs. Normally 3.5, 4-mile runs, but with the extra track, we ran the track at Jefferson Park with extra rounds we did in the track. You figure it's like 6-7 miles when we ran. It was a good workout. That's why we had great stamina. We had great footwork. That road work was crucial. This is New York, so the guy idiot stopped at that green yellow light, right?
He could have.
Senior citizen, yeah, but it's our light, so why would you stop and let it go from yellow to green when you have the right of way and there's a car behind you? But this is New York. It's expected.
It's the universal language, isn't it? The horn.
Exactly.
See, in Australia, if you do that, this guy would be getting out of the car and it'd be on about now.
Yeah, he'd be pissed off. So you had the Italians and you had the Puerto Rican and black, and you had some Jews mixing in, and you had some Irish. It's great. I was born and raised 60s, 70s in an environment where we didn't know color. We didn't know, everyone that grew up with, regardless of what nationality you were, whether you were Asian, black, Puerto Rican, Italian, we all grew up, we call each other's moms or parents, uncle, auntie, or whatever, because we distinguish, we don't know any of that. And the majority of us that we all grew up, we were like that. We all went to school together, done stuff together. And so, yeah, it's an interesting environment, It's a melting pot of nationalities that, have to some way form.
So with Hector, mate, obviously you grew up together. So when he started fighting, how?
Well, he was doing karate at first.
Okay. So at what stage did everyone sort of realise he was a potential
14.
superstar? 14, yep.
Yeah.
So he had a good amateur background?
What happened, and he was at 15 to 16, you have to be 16 to be in the gold. Robert Lee told him that he was born in 61, not 62, so that made Hector 16 in 1978. When he was 16, May 24th, but he won the gold, the Golden Gloves in April 78. He was only 15. And then this guy was telling me years ago, oh, they're going to strip. Why are you going to strip? I mean, it's what it is. But anyway, so at 15, so he went on a joyride. Like I said, you know, we had the habit of that. You go take a car for a joyride, whatever, he gets busted, whatever. You know, that's about stealing the car, it's going for a joyride, you know what I mean? This is stupidity. Stupidity when you're young.
There's a difference?
Immature, yeah, it's a big difference in stealing a car and taking the tires and radio, than taking this guy's van, using it to move something or have fun with the fellas, or go to the beach and come back and park it. Sometimes we park in the same spot, sometimes the spot is not there. So this is where we all grew up, all right? This is the plaza, this is Our Lady Queen of Angels, the church and the school. This is where we grew up. This is 113th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. This is the nuns, where the nuns stay.
Yep.
Okay. And the priests and friars and used to stay in the other building. But see.
So with the documentary of Hector, mate, what sort of falsehoods was spoken in it? What were some of the untruths? Is that a word? Some of the inaccuracies is probably what I'm getting at.
Some inaccuracies. It's not so much, and some untruths, but the truths are mixed with non-fiction with fiction, or people trying to fit in where they shouldn't be fitting in. But at the end of the day, the documentary didn't do him any justice insofar as a lot of the stuff out there is public. People know Hector's life. People know what he did and didn't do. So this right here, see this right here? This right here, this is all East Harlem. This is all where you know, you have your pizza shops, your coffee shops, your mom and pop shops. So on each side, that's what you see in East Harlem.
Oh, there is Hector Macho Camacho Way. What goes on here, Eddie?
Old timers, senior citizens, 30, 40, but this is where they hang out. Senior citizens coming.
So it's not an
30s, 40s.
So it's not an event, it's just a hangout.
Live music every weekend.
Every
Like
weekend.
every weekend. Sometimes during the weekend.
And the food over there?
Free. Yes, that's what I'm going to show you. That's like fried crawfish.
Ah, okay.
Pastelita, that's like almost a beef patty. Yeah. Alcapurria, made out of vegetable.
Eddie, tell us a little bit more about that. So this is just where people just gather during the day?
Yes, more for like senior citizens.
Yeah.
Without being in a bad negative way, but it's a beautiful environment. You know, you come here, you sit, bring your beach chair. You got food, or bring your own food. This is beautiful.
So it's the same places for everyone to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
You come later on. Too bad I don't have the time, but next time you come up, I'm gonna send you video.
Yeah.
They're dancing all times. I'm gonna take it on 6th Street. They might be dancing there right now, but it's all old timers.
Yeah, that's
50,
great.
60, 70, 80, 90-year-olds. God bless them.
Yeah.
In fact, let's go down. Sometimes you see on blocks, certain street blocks, where you have vendors. These street vendors could be selling you clothing to the extent of socks, shoes, hats, caps, or whatever. You get it a lot cheaper than you do in Times Square. So now there's a spot down there where they go and you can buy, like, say, 5 New York caps for $10. You come up here and you sold one for $10. So you know you just made a profit of what? You got $50, you just spent 10, you made a $40 profit. So that's what they do. They buy socks and so on and so forth. And that's how they make their money.
Wow, that was fantastic. Really enjoyed that. To go with someone that's born and bred and raised here, and just to hear some of those stories and just to see things that tourists don't see. I'm in Times Square at the moment. I'll turn around, you can see that sort of back there, a little bit of Times Square. So this is what tourists see. To actually get out and see the real New York in those outer suburbs, and you know that little place there with the Puerto Ricans where they gather to eat and listen to music was just great. So big thank you to Eddie for taking time out. They've got a 6 or 7 hour drive after this, so I really appreciate him doing that. And I hope you enjoyed just a little bit of the culture out here in New York that the average tourist doesn't see. So we're about to go get something to eat. I really need a coffee, and then see what else we can get up to for the day. Every type of stall here: food, clothes, jewellery, and you name it. This is Times Square. So didn't show this the other night, but something else you've got to experience. Just everything you could imagine for sale along here. Alright, time to reward myself with a nice little brunch. Belgian waffles with fruit. Yes, there is fruit in there. Alright, so I just got off the train. About 45 minutes it took, by the way. It was a bit of a marathon, but again, luckily, relatively unscathed. Just the number 7 from Times Square out to Flushing Meadows. Nice straight run, thankfully. But yeah, just at the stadium now, it's probably about a 20-minute walk. It's been from the train station to the stadium, so it's a fair old hike. Let's hope it's worth it, because a lot of people sort of walking around me, so everyone's heading in the right direction, which is good. And I'll be doing similar tonight after the fight, sticking with the crowd. So let's hope it's not too hard getting in. It's about 5:45, so I think we should be right. I don't think most people will get there about 8 o'clock, so see how we go. Alright, so this is the stadium. It's been quite the walk to get here and walking around the stadium, but a lot of confused people, not a lot of direction. At this point, I'm not quite sure why they would do an event like this all the way out here, especially when the girls were at Madison Square Garden last night. I'm assuming it's to do with all the other sports and everything, but we will see. Let's hope the arena inside's better than just the first impressions, because yeah, as I said, not a lot of organisation here at the moment, not a lot of direction about where to go, but looks like we've made the entrance, so let's go in and check it out. Scored the jackpot here. Look at these things. Right down here, where looks like the fighters come out. Alright, it's actually not too bad in here. I've got excellent seats right on the rail. Not on the floor, but on the rail, just at eye level. It's absolutely perfect. And the stadium, I'll get some more shots of it, but it's sort of outside. It's got a big canopy on it. So they're actually, technically outside, and really compact little stadium. I'm not quite sure how many it gets in it. Looks like, I don't know, 8,000, 7,000. It's hard to say, actually. I wouldn't have a clue. I'm just guessing, but really, really cool setup. And unlike last night at Madison Square Garden, where it was freezing cold inside, it's actually really good out here. They've got sort of water blowing
off bands and everything. It's quite comfortable, and yeah, I think it's going to be a really good atmosphere. So it's about 5:06 at the moment. It's supposed to kick off at 6. I can see they're doing the commentary over there, so it must be the lead in, and then we'll get into it. So, and you see there I'm right on the tunnel. I'm hoping that's where the boxes actually come out. It looks like it is, because I can't see any other entrance points at the moment, so we might get some really good footage. So first up, I think, is Morel and Kataev. I really want to see how E-Man goes in the deep waters. So we'll see soon. Let's go.
Undefeated, hard-hitting, Ivan the Destroyer Kataev! Ladies and gentlemen, here is one of boxing's rising stars, David Morel! Scores it 95-94 for your winner, David Morel! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard-hitting challenger and former IBF Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Supriya El Orgullo de Maturbillo, Matias! WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Alberto La Avispa Puello! And Tony Paolillo are in agreement. They both scored the same, 115 to 113. Both for your winner by majority decision. And new! the 110. Kevin Morgan has it 119-109. With the winner by unanimous decision, the Fighting Pride of Newark, New Jersey, and still the undefeated WBC lightweight champion of the world, Shakur Stevenson. Thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! The undefeated Hamza. From Brooklyn, New York, the chosen one, Edgar.
He don't like that pressure. Let's start working the inside. Work on the inside. There you go. There you go. Let's work on the inside. Work on the inside. Yep. Dig. And now the mandatory challenger for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the world, still undefeated, Hamza Shiraz.
All right, that is a wrap on day number 4, or episode number 4 of a big trip to the USA, and what a climax to the show tonight. I thought all the fights were great. I thought Imran Kadev was very unlucky again, a bit like last night. I haven't seen highlights and replays and that sort of stuff, and it can get a little bit hard when you're there live to get a really good grasp of it. Well, you get a grasp of it, you know what I mean. Sometimes you don't see the ins and outs, and it's a little bit of different perspective. But I thought Kadev was very unlucky not to get that. win over David Morrell. I think he thought the same way, to be honest, judging by his body language and how he was interviewed afterwards. Matthias and Puello, great fight. Well, first half of the fight was really awesome, I thought. I just thought Matthias sort of ground him down as it went on. There were a lot of people that thought Puello won the fight. I actually thought that it was the right decision, but again, I haven't seen the replay. I just thought Puello started really well. I just thought Matthias sort of ground him down as the fight went on, but again, I'll check it out and get another perspective, I suppose, watching the replay. I thought Shakur Stevenson, very impressive over Williams Zepeda, barely lost a round. These people that think he runs, geez, fair dinkum. He's just such a precision boxer. And I tell you what, if he didn't have brittle hands and could actually punch properly and powerfully, he'd be knocking blokes out left, right and centre. So precise with his punches. And Williams Zepeda, to his credit, the amount of punishment he took and just kept going, didn't take a backward step, credit to him as well. And then the main event, well, talk about frauds in boxing. I think we've just seen the biggest one, Edgar Berlanga. Talk tough and just didn't deliver, did he? I thought, look, the first, 3 rounds, I just thought they were standard, vanilla as they say, just neither fighter willing to really take a chance. It was pretty dull. I thought, this is going to be a really bad way to end the night, a sleeper. But I tell you what, when Hamza Shiraz opened up, Berlanga just had no comeback, no answer, and he was floored 3 times, whatever it was. But I don't think Hamza Shiraz looked that impressive, to be honest. I know he finished the fight really well, but I just thought up until that point, I just thought he looked pretty average as well, if I'm being honest. Berlanga, as I said, I've always gone through life with the slogan, if you talk it up, you got to back it up, and he's just a fraud and a pretender and just a typical sort of wannabe gangster type of fighter, and has the image and all the jewellery and the tats and all that sort of stuff, and just forgets what he's actually in there for, and that is to train hard, knuckle down, show heart, and punch on with other superior fighters. So he was found out big time. Where to for him, to be honest with you, I don't care. I don't care. I have no time for him whatsoever. I just think he's one of those stains on the sport that I just don't think we need. And I know that probably sounds a little bit harsh. He's at the elite level, but I just don't think much of him, to be honest, as a person and also as a fighter. But anyway, let's just hope the persona he puts out in the lead up to fights is just pretend. Hopefully he's a nice guy behind closed doors. But anyway, all that aside, look, the atmosphere was awesome. Geez, it was electrical. I thought last night it'd be hard to top with the girls, but I tell you what, geez, not only was the crowd unbelievable, but also the venue was really good. I know I had my doubts at the start, but geez, I tell you what, it's a great venue for fights, especially on a summer's night. You're outside, undercover. You're sort of enclosed, but you're not, if that makes sense. But yeah, really comfortable. I had great seats. You would have seen that in the videos there. It was just sensational. Although by the end of it, I was a little bit over people. They all come down, they stand in the aisles, they stand in front of you. The amount of times I had to tell people to sort of get out of my way and stop blocking my view. I paid for the seat, get out of my way. And one of the attendants actually come down at one stage and he was pretty pissed. And there was not just in my aisle, but the next aisle over, there was a heap of people crammed in there, and he was pretty pissed and told them pretty much to piss off and go back to the seat. So that was good. Up to that point, there wasn't much control, to be honest. But look, great night. I'm about to go back and do a live review. It should be fun. I'm not sure whether we'll get anyone tuned in, but I'll do it anyway and see what we come up with. But look, guys, hope you enjoyed the fights. Give me your feedback. And look forward to having you along for episode number 5.